Hi, everyone. Welcome back to a new edition of Inside Transportation on CFFNation.com. CFF Nation has been designed to bring information, education, and entertainment to the transportation industry. Today, I'm excited to have Shannon Currier with us. Shannon, you're with truckersfund.org. And I always want to make sure that I don't say the .com versus the .org, because your organization is designed to help trucking families who, through certain situations, whether it's financial or medical, they need some assistance.
Yes, we assist families, truck drivers and their families, if their financial need is because of a medical issue. It does have to be caused by a medical issue. Yes.
Gotcha. So tell us a little bit about the organization. I mean, what brought you guys to the forefront of this topic and made you want to dig in and do something to help these families? Give me the watershed moment.
Okay. Well, back in 2007, Dr. John McGilligan had PDMD, and they were like the doctors that were at the truck stops for, truckers that don't get home on a regular basis. And he was seeing all these health issues that they weren't having support for. So he got together with Dave Nemo and Michael Burns, who work with Dave Nemo Entertainment, and they decided to start this nonprofit. And so this was their brainchild, and they said, let's do it. And they got some funding for it. Dave Nemo Entertainment started some funding for it along with John McGilligan, and it has taken off since then. So that's where the brainchild came from. And Dr. John is our medical director. So he reviews all of our files, all the medical records that we get, make sure everything's in order, and, kind of gives us an idea of how long these guys are going to be out of work, so we know what kind of support they're going to need.
So again, it's another one of these incredible messages of helping and giving back. Right? I mean, our entire focus around here at CFFNation.com is that we want to help truckers run better businesses, have more fulfilling lives in their relationships, in their equipment, in their revenue generation of their business. But sometimes it just doesn't always work out like that. I mean, bad things happen to good people.
That's right.
So tell us some of your favorites. I mean, give us one of your stories in which your foundation was able to step in and really help that family during that tough time of need.
Oh, goodness. There's so many. One of the first drivers that we helped actually had some hearing aids that he needed, and he wasn't going to be able to drive if he didn't have the hearing aids. So we were able to pay for him to get those hearing aids so he could get back on the road.
I love it.
We have another driver who had cataracts, and he needed cataract surgery. And of course, he didn't want to come off the road because he wouldn't be making any money, but yet he was going to have the surgery to be able to qualify to continue driving. So he was able to take some vacation time. We were able to pay for that cataract surgery while he was off, and he got right back to work. So he really didn't miss a whole lot of time, but it was enough where, he could stand some help making a rent payment and utilities. So we, were able to step in and pay for that cataract surgery and make a rent payment for him. We have had a driver we had a driver come off the road. His daughter actually needed a kidney, and he was the kidney donor. And he had to come off the road for about a month to do that and recoup. And so we covered, we can't cover every expense that they have, but they're basic, the things you have to have, home and utilities and car and insurance. Those are the type things we cover. So we were able to cover those so he could donate his kidney to his daughter.
Oh my gosh.
We had a driver whose wife was diagnosed with cancer. She was in her last days, and he needed to be there to walk her through those last days. He needed to take some time off. We were able to cover a couple of months' expenses for him. So in his words, so he could be there on the couch with her, holding her hand in her last days.
Oh.
And so, the tears just flow. I mean, and it's just story after story after story.
I can completely relate to that stuff. My 47-year-old brother-in-law just passed away last week after a 1-year bout with cancer, and my wife and I really my wife was incredibly close with him. I mean, they were just attached at the hip. And we stepped up and helped his family over the last year, and those exact same things, those fundamental core bills,
Right.
so that we removed that financial situation from his recovery process. And the ability to do that was so incredibly rewarding for us and our family. It was just unfortunately he didn't win the fight, but boy, it was a wonderful experience, and you guys get to do something like that all the time.
Right. It's hard sometimes, but it's rewarding at the same time, that we hear a lot of, man, you made my recovery so much easier. You took a lot of stress off of me. And stress does a lot to the body on top of trying to recover from whatever you're recovering from, so it's just neat. We've been able to save houses and, make sure people have heat in the winter when they wouldn't have had it otherwise. And it really is very rewarding, and we're just thankful we're able to do it.
Yeah, and you're able to do it through the fundraising of your sponsors. And what other type of fundraising occurs in which if someone hears this interview and they have an interest in helping, what are some of the ways that they can actually help your organization?
All of our funding is through donations. It can come from individuals, or it can come from, small companies or large corporations. Our largest donation comes from TA Petro. They do it's called Band Together, where in August, once a year, they sell the rubber wristbands. They pay for all those wristbands, but the drivers actually buy them. So the money that comes in actually comes from the drivers, but TA Petro funds the event. We have another company who is doing hat pins. Drivers wear hats. They love hat pins. They're doing hat pins to their employees for donations. All the donations coming in, they're paying for all the hat pins. We get all the money that comes in. We have people that do bake sales. We have people that do drag contests with their drivers. They make them dress up like women. They have
anything to generate.
I know, it's crazy. These drivers will do anything. We have people that just strictly make a donation. They just send us a check. So we do operate solely on donations, and we're trying to see where we can pick up some new donors, and we've picked up several, but we definitely need some more. It takes about $1,200 to support one driver. So that would be if we could get 10 people to donate $1,200, that would be great.
I mean, that's the fight. The fight is it's one thing to fight for the mission and for the cause, but behind that, there has to be revenue generation in order to pull it off. So fundraising is part of the battle. It just is what it is. So I'd like to come back to that in just a minute, because if a family of a trucker is in need, how can they find you? How can they reach out, tell you guys their story, and see if they may actually qualify for some of your assistance?
You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. We have a website, and you mentioned at the beginning of the show, truckersfund.org. So many truckers know about us, word of mouth. We get referrals from hospitals that know about us, from American Cancer Society that's heard about us. There's all kind of avenues, and we're even finding places that are referring. We didn't even know they knew about us. And so people are finding out about us in all kinds of different ways. So the drivers are hearing about us, and they can call, they can apply online on our website. They can send me an email, they can send a Facebook message, they can contact us any of those ways, and we'll get back to them and get an application completed and see what we can do to help.
Yeah, sounds great. So on the website though, I'm assuming there's a submittal form in which the potential driver or the driver's family can just fill out the form, hit submit. That starts the review process from you guys? Correct,
and that application is on our website. At truckersfund.org. You can hit apply on there, and you complete the application online. It sends it right over to my computer, The first thing we do is request the medical records. We do have to show that it is a medical issue that has caused their financial difficulty. It can't be because they lost their job or because their truck's been in the shop. We are focused on that medical issue area. Once we get those medical records in, we have those reviewed by Dr. John, and then that goes to our board, and our board will take a look at the whole picture. What is the medical issue? How long are they going to be off of work? What does their financial situation look like? What do they have coming in versus what do they have going out? And they'll make a decision on, this is how much money we have available to give you. And then we pay bill holders directly. Money never goes directly to the driver. We always make sure the bill holders get paid.
Okay, gotcha. Great. So back to the money raising thing, because that's what it's about, right? We can't get away from it. We always need more of that. People who hear this, they have the ability to reach out, obviously, to truckersfund.org, reach out on social media. I'm assuming on Twitter or Facebook, all we have to do is type in Truckers Fund, and we're going to find you guys.
You'll actually find us under Truckers Fund, like on Twitter and stuff. Facebook, it's St. Christopher Fund. Twitter handle is Truckers Fund.
Okay, gotcha. So give me that again on Facebook. St. Christopher's Fund.
Yes, it's St. Christopher Fund. Yep, and you can friend us and like us and all that stuff and communicate with us that way. The actual application, though, is on our website.
Gotcha. And then from a sponsorship standpoint, the primary fundraiser is the bands, which is handled through TA Petro centers. But if there was a regional or a local fundraising effort in order to drive more funds, you'd be more than happy to get behind and support that, I assume.
Absolutely. We have lots of little things going on. One of the wives of one of our previous drivers in her local community, her brother makes bumper stickers. And in their local community, they're selling bumper stickers and they're sending us the proceeds from that. So you can do anything in your area. You can do anything in your region. Be creative with it. Have fun with it. It doesn't have to, TA Petro has their thing. It doesn't have to look anything like that. It can be anything that you come up with that's fun. The more fun it is, the more people want to get involved.
Well, some of those earlier examples mean you guys are open to the fun side of it.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
We like having fun too.
That's it. But when it all comes back around full circle, it is about helping people. And I, for so many years as a business owner, I didn't understand that lesson. I didn't understand that it wasn't just about offering a product or a service at good rates and speed. It was really about intention.
Right.
And when we got serious about getting clear on our intention, it seems like our business has just flourished. And now that's why we're doing CFFNation.com. We lead with intention, information, education, and entertainment for the transportation industry.
Right.
And nothing's going to get in the way of that for us. So I want to thank you, Shannon, for your time today. I support the cause 100%. I want everyone who listens to this or watches it, go to the websites, go to the social media outlets. If you have a problem, if you have a medical-related issue and you're a trucker, you have the ability to reach out and potentially get some help. And if you got a few bucks in the bank and you want to make a donation, do that too. All right? This thing doesn't run without donations.
Absolutely.
It's an important piece. It's not, everybody doesn't always like to talk about it, but the fact of the matter is we need the donations to be able to deliver on the cause.
Right. Yeah. We can't send $1,200 to a driver or their family if we don't have $1,200 sitting there. So, it's got to come in on the back end, and we're trying to send as much as we can out, to the drivers. We keep very little of it as, for overhead. Like I said, there's two of us here, part-time in a 2-room office. So we want them to have all the money.
That's great. Well, Shannon, again, truckersfund.org. Thank you for your time today. Keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
You got it. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.
We just watched another episode of Inside Transportation on CFFNation.com. Look, it's about intention. It's about helping. It's about doing as a giver before you can be a getter. If you want something, you must lead with the give. It's an important message that we learned here today. Shannon, again, thanks a lot. Till next time we talk.
Sounds great. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.